Hello everyone, this is our lecture number 14. In this lecture, we study about the doubly reinforced beam. In our previous lecture, we already discussed about the singly reinforced beam. Now, first question is, which type of beam we call the doubly reinforced beam? So for that, we have one definition. When the applied moment on the beam is more than the moment of resistance of singly reinforced beam. When the applied moment on the beam is more than the moment of resistance of singly reinforced beam. Due to this reason, we have to provide reinforcement in compression side also. This beam is known as doubly reinforced beam. Means when the applied moment of the beam is more than the momentum resistance of singly reinforced beam, we have provided reinforcement in compression side also. This beam or this type of beam is known as the doubly reinforced beam. Now, when this condition is happened, then for a structure engineer, there are three options is remaining. Means when we use this doubly reinforced beam, for that we have three options. Means it is not provided compulsorily. This beam is provided when we have bending moment is greater than the moment of resistance of singly reinforced beams. So in this condition, structure engineers have three options only. First, to increase the depth of beam. Second, to use higher grade of concrete to improve MR, and third, to provide reinforcement in compression zone of beam to increase moment of resistance. So there are three options for getting the moment of resistance greater than bending moment, but in these three options only this option is used. Why? Because if your room is not much greater, or means there is not much depth of your room, in this case you are not able to increase the depth of the beam, and grade of concrete is also vary with the exposure condition. So it is not necessary you have to increase this grade of concrete also. So you have one option remaining, that is the provided reinforcement in compression zone to increase the moment of resistance. So these are the options for increasing the moment of resistance. Now there are some conditions which we have right here. Why we not or provide doubly reinforced here? So we have some conditions here. doubly reinforced beam is necessary in following situation. Right now we study the three options and we choose provided reinforcement in compression side. Now we have necessary following situations for doubly reinforced beam when we provide the doubly reinforced beam. So first situation is when it is not possible to increase depth. When it is not possible to increase depth of beam due to architectural purpose, because someone need a aesthetic view and for that he or she don't want to change the structure part. So in that case you have to provide the doubly reinforced beam. Second, to get more headway in the rooms, means if your room height is not much as, so in that case you have to need more headroom, so you have to provide doubly reinforced beam, because in such condition you have provide singly reinforced beam, then the height of the room is decreased. So in that case you have to provide the doubly reinforced section. Third one, when beam is subjected to reversal of stresses. Reversal of stresses means when structures give force to you, means in the case of earthquake, when earthquake hit the structure, so building resists the stress, so for that building also provide stress to the direction of earthquake stress. So in that case we need a doubly reinforced section. Fourth one, for precast beam. And fifth one, when the loads are eccentric. So these are the condition where we use the doubly reinforced beam. So this is the basic introduction about the doubly reinforced beam. What do you mean by doubly reinforced beam? What happened when so these are the necessary in the following situation, and doubly reinforced, necessity of doubly reinforced beam, these all topics we discuss in this lecture. So in our next lecture we discuss about the analysis part of the doubly reinforced beam. So this lecture is over now. Thank you.